I know I'll be attacked for saying this, but it's fine. It's the truth. But the men who follow Roland Martin do not tend to be alpha males. They normally tend to be what is called beta males. And I'm not saying this as an insult, but it is what it is. Back in the day, they called them hen pet. They don't wear the pants in their house. Those types of men, or LGBTQ men, those are normally the men that follow Roland Martin. Whenever you see an alpha male, a headstrong male, a male who stands on his shit on his show, Roland Martin attacks that man. So this is my observation. Y'all can get mad all y'all want. So when that video was released, it didn't surprise me. You know what I'm saying? If it comes out that it's not real, cool. But for now, until I see that it's not, I believe it, because his behavior leads me to believe that's what he likes. And if he likes that, cool. You grown, do what you do. But I'm just saying, Roland Martin is very sassy, and alpha males do not follow Roland Martin. When I have men attacking me on behalf of the defense of Roland Martin, I mean, they don't be the most masculine men. That's all I'm saying.
Also, during that particular interview, you talked about a variety of issues that also got people talking. One of them dealt with your views on interracial marriage.
Yes, sir.
And so, so explain that for folks who did not hear it.
Certainly. Simply put, any black man who is with a woman who's not an African herself is going to have a difficult time getting respect from me. I believe black men need to be with black women. The black family is under attack. Only 1 out of every 4 black women gets married. The black woman is last likely to get married. She's the last married, the first divorced. We have 2/3 of our children being raised by working class and impoverished single black female led households. The destruction of a nation begins in the home of its families. And if we want to save black people, we have to save the black family. And in order to do that, black men have to commit themselves to black women.
So when you talk about not getting your respect, so if that's the case, you're saying President Barack Obama didn't get your respect because his dad married a white woman?
Oh, not at all.
Would Harry Belafonte?
Not at all. I want to be very clear about something. As Pan-Africanists, the product of an interracial union is an African. I have heroes who are biracial. Some of the grandfathers of Pan-Africanism were of mixed racial ancestry. You don't blame a child for how they got here.
But I'm asking you this here. Harry Belafonte has a white wife. No respect for him?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your social status.
So no. I didn't say social. I'm talking about the one who put the work in.
Right, but you put him out.
No. I'm asking you. So Harry Belafonte.
Yes, sir.
Sidney Poitier, Julian Bond, Vernon Jordan.
And you're naming all them to say what?
No, these are all African American men who have
done some good things.
No, who married white women. But you said any black man who marries a white woman will not get your respect.
Can I respond?
Yeah, go ahead.
And what I'm telling you is this. I don't care who you name. I don't care how much work you did for black people. Your greatest commitment to black people is being committed to a black woman. It is still a contradiction. No matter how much you think you did for the struggle, if you really were concerned with black people, you would have committed yourself to a black woman.
Did you and Roland Martin ever have an issue, or do you feel that Roland Martin was attacking your credibility, or what's up with Roland Martin, man? I'm not much of a real big fan, but I'd like you to give us an idea, because we're in a Roland Martin market over here. And I just like to know how you feel about Roland Martin and his situation, his platform.
I don't feel any way about him personally. Politically, he's just like any other bourgeoisie Negro who takes issue with grassroots organizers who get more love and attention than they do. That interview that I did with Roland Martin took place, I believe it was 2017, I believe. It was a week after my 4th Breakfast Club interview. In fact, it may have been days after my 4th Breakfast Club interview, where I wore an orange dashiki. And that video, as do all my Breakfast Club interviews, went viral. And it was bigger than anything Roland Martin had ever done on his station. And so he had his producers reach out to me to interview me on his platform, News One Now, right after the Breakfast Club interview. So he wanted to exploit the hype and the energy that was surrounding the fourth Dr. Umar Breakfast Club interview. But rather than build and pick up where the Breakfast Club left off, he wanted to use it as an opportunity to try to embarrass me or belittle me and take away some of the strong following that I have, which didn't work at all. It was not the first time I was on Roland Martin's platform. He had invited me to be a guest at least 3 times prior to that situation. So I was very disappointed that a brother whose show I had visited before and have brought plenty of ratings. Anybody will tell you, my interviews get some of the highest ratings in the country. It doesn't matter what station, doesn't matter who interviewed me. I bring the listeners, but I was very disappointed that he chose that opportunity to try to build his platform by trying to tear me down. So I was very disappointed, but like many people who try to make other people look small, they end up making themselves look smaller. And I came out on top of that situation. And by the end of the year, his show was canceled. And I believe that part of the reason his show was canceled is he lost a lot of viewers, because a lot of Black people who follow Dr. Umar, who may not necessarily agree with everything I say, as you said, but they still support me. They did not appreciate what he tried to do. And many of them promised that they would never watch his show again. I believe that my interview on his show had a lot to do with why Roland Martin is no longer with News One Now.
So Sutton says something's up today. Today gonna be a little different, because why would he walk by you and not speak? So when we finally got involved in the conversation, I kind of realized what was going on. I think he was a little jealous of the Breakfast Club fame. That interview went viral. All of them go viral, but that one went viral. And at that time, I guess he wanted to take some of the air out of my balloon. So he questioned my credentials,
Umar, I literally was hosting a daily morning show on TV One. I was at the Tom Joyner morning show 3 days a week. Why would I be jealous of you? Like, really? Why would I be jealous of you? I've gone viral numerous times. I don't get off about going viral because that means nothing. So why would I remotely be jealous of you? See, this is the new lie, because he hadn't used that one before. So now that's the new lie he's trying to spin. Dude, you mean nothing to me. Like, literally.
I understand that zesty Roland Martin. I understand zesty Roland Martin, who I got kicked off of News One Now for hating. His views dropped and he got dropped. When zesty Roland Martin had me on News One Now with his panel of... After that showing, the Dr. Umar Ifatunde support base Germaniac Nation, the Ifatunde Acts, boycotted Roland Martin's show on News One Now. His views dropped and they dropped him. Zesty Rolanda fell off after he tried to come for the Prince of Pan-Africanism. His views dropped and News One Now dropped that receding hairline, no neck Negro. I'ma deal with Rolanda when I get back to the States after Panama. I'ma deal with zesty Rolanda. I'ma deal with that Democratic Party plantation slave driver when I get back from Panama, but I'm not gonna deal with zesty Rolanda right now. I'm not gonna deal with zesty Rolanda right now. I'ma deal with zesty Rolanda a little bit later.
I find it real funny that black news outlets like News One and Atlanta Black Star only cover me when there's some controversy going on. They never cover me when I'm saving Black children. They never cover me when I'm helping Black parents. They never cover me when I'm in the prisons or the juvenile detention centers or the work I do in Africa or the Caribbean. They only cover me when there's some controversy. News One Now, Atlanta Black Star, when you going to do a positive article on Dr. Umar? News One now, Atlanta Black Star. When you going to do a positive article on Dr. Umar? News One now, Atlanta Black Star. When you going to do a positive article on Dr. Umar? You Oreo ass news outlets. You Oreo ass gatekeeping news outlets. You ain't nothing but a white news outlet with a black face. You ain't nothing but a white news outlet with a black face. Atlanta Black Star, you need to change your damn name. How dare you name your newspaper after the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, and you never got nothing good to say about the #1 Garveyite on the planet? How dare you name your newspaper after the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, and you never got nothing good to say about the #1 Pan-Africanist on the planet? News One now, when you going to bring me in for a respectable conversation about the school to prison pipeline? News One now, when you going to bring me in about a respectable conversation about the psychoacademic Holocaust?